I think the bent corner is coming out taunting. That means whistling through the graveyard to me.
Michael Bent in his last fight prior to this one against Mark Wills broke his right hand and won anyway. Didn't have the brace taken off of his right hand until the 3rd week of September. George Foreman in the past has told us it is impossible for a fighter to come all the way back from an injury like that this rapidly.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time before you get confidence, even if he ever had confidence. They said he was a good amateur, but the pros are totally different.
Big question here, is Bent strong enough to handle Morrison's power? And the early returns say no.
The thing is, if Morrison can control his burst,
Tommy stunned by a right hand, and down goes Morrison. He has been plagued by a weak chin. 4, 5, 6.
Morrison is embarrassed more than anything in the world.
That'll quiet the crowd a little bit. And Bent again lands the right. Now we saw Morrison go down twice in the same round against Carl the Truth Williams.
One more knockdown and this is over, and Michael Bent knows it.
3 knockdown rule in effect. Michael Bent on the verge of a big moment, and he's got it. That's it. A first-round KO for Michael Bent. And there goes Tommy Morrison's $8 million payday.
A lot of very unhappy nothing of the Tommy Morrison left hook in this bout. Ruddock, with his good left hook, has neutralized Morrison's. There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison. Big left hook! Down goes Razor Ruddock! From nowhere came the hook that we have not seen for rounds. Can Morrison put him down again? What a terrific shot. Morrison hitting on the break, and both men have been guilty of that. How about Ruddock getting up? What does Morrison have left? A standing 8 here. Now, this a standing 8. That's a knockdown. That counts as a knockdown. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. And we've had a knockdown plus a standing 8. That's a lot of time for Ruddock to kill here. And Ron Lipton told us before the fight he would like to see the standing 8 not in effect here. The 3 knockdown rule not in effect because of flash knockdown. He may be forced to stop this, yet both fighters look like they could keep going. Remember, Razor Ruddock was the part of the most controversial stoppage of the year when the fight was stopped against Mike Tyson by referee Richard Steele. Morrison is nailing him though, but Ruddock is still holding on. He needs to buy about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it. Oh my, it's over. About Morrison's terrific left hook. And you are going to see it. My goodness. Lands all that. Ruddock hits the canvas and got up at 3. So that one was
He's still got some wobbly pins here. Witherspoon flashing that famous right hand of his. I don't think Wilson's all the way back yet.
Well, you know, when you land up on top of the head sometimes like that, it can serve to make you dizzy, Barry, and it can just discombobulate you. If you recall that fight that Fresno kept, he's out. He is out.
I mean,
and caught up in the ring too.
Yeah, the ropes are off the ropes. And that was a knockout. He was out before he hit the canvas, and it was right in front of us, and he's still out. There was no doubt about that. Shawnee, I want to get your opinions of what you've seen here. Sean, you were looking in on Darrell Wilson. What do you see here?
Too many times. I've seen this too many times, Barry. Darrell Wilson. He was down all the way on the canvas, on his back. He kept his eyes closed. In fact, the commission here does a terrific job of keeping him down. They even held him down. The first thing these fighters want to do, whenever they get knocked out and they recuperate, or they come back a little bit, they want to jump up real quickly.
Pendleton has been cut. There's a big right hand by Tacky Levels Pendleton. He is hurt. It is over.
Pendleton left that left hand out too long. Tacky stepped to him, as you said, stepped small to him, and threw that bomb at the right time.
Shocking end to this fight in the first round, Ben Tacky. And we talked about the first round knockouts by Freddie Pendleton. That's the first round knockout in the career of Ben Pendleton.
Here you can see Pendleton starts that jab, and already Tacky was too close for Pendleton to start that jab. And Tacky timed the right hand. You should not throw a jab when a man's close to you. He started to throw that jab. He never saw the right hand coming. Tacky stepped in, threw the right hand right over it.
Ready to roll. Had a cut left eye in his last bout. Johnson was down in the 4th round of his bout against Harold Gray. But he stopped him in the 7th round. Johnson, a notorious slow starter. Corner of Johnson feels that Sanchez has a weak chin. And boom! Right hand puts him down.
Maybe go to right. That was a time punch. Weak chin erosion. That was perfectly timed over the left hand.
Augie Sanchez is counted out, but they could have stopped the count at 2. He got rocked, and then a right hand put him out. And John Michael Johnson and his trainer, Tony Ayala.
Okay, now let's go to the
That's right the hand. Knockout.
Right hand over the slow left hand of Sanchez.
And Sanchez had already been rocked, Teddy, so he was a little wobbly at this point, and then the right hand puts him down. And fortunately, Sanchez is up now and walking. And you see he's just out. He got counted out, but John Michael...
Ruddock got through. He's in trouble, Tim. 2 more right hands and a left uppercut. Smith goes down. It was the first right hand that did the damage. Smith will not get up. A 7th round knockout by Donovan Razor Ruddock of Canada. And the hometown hero suffers a knockout at the hands of Razor Ruddock.
Let's take a look at it here. Range by the left hand, right hand right on the button, Tim. And here he's got that same rangefinder out there again. This time he comes back with that half hook. Nailed him again. Has him in bad trouble now, Tim. And down he goes. And that's it.
Final round. There's the bell for the beginning of round 1. This WBC Super Welterweight Championship bout between Terry Norris and the champion, John the Beast Mugabi. Eddie Eckert is our referee here this afternoon, and terrible Terry Norris.
Norris in the all-white trunks. On the left of your screen here, John Mugabi on the right with the black stripe.
Both fighters fighting out of the conventional stance, and Terry Norris wisely not wading right in, testing John Mugabi early. It behooves Norris to dance and box and use his skills as much as he can. From Norris, and Mugabi is staggered. John Mugabi goes down. A left from Terry Norris drops John Mugabi. Mugabi is up and on Queer Street. Oh, this crowd is stunned. John Mugabi dropped his mouthpiece. Here's where Mugabi will need all the experience he has. Can he hang on? Terry Norris closing in on Mugabi, and Mugabi wisely holding on, Alex.
Only been down once before in his career against Marvelous Marvin Hagler, but he's in much worse trouble here.
It was a left from Norris. It caught Mugabe flush. And Mugabe does at least appear to be getting his legs back to a degree.
If somebody told you there was going to be a knockdown in round one, Dan.
Oh, and that right from Norris. Floyd stiff in the legs of Mugabe. Then John Mugabe is helpless. Holding on.
Coming up by 1 minute left in the round. There is no 3 knockdown rule, and there is no standing 8 count. It looked like the referee could have given a standing 8 count there, but there is not in the WBC.
It is John Mugabe that has a track record of coming out of the blocks in a hurry. But this round is all Terry Norris. And now for Mugabe, it's just a question, can he survive?
And we should say that Terry Norris should be careful because he can still win punches.
And 2 good left hooks from Mugabe, but Norris comes right back. This is clearly a pro-Mugabe crowd. John lived here in Tampa for a number of years. Oh, that right from Terry Norris. And still Mugabe will not get up. Terry Norris with the right finishes it here in round 1. Terry Norris, the new WBC super welterweight.
Yeah, because the last 2 have been big beatings.
Here's another assault by young Felix Trinidad, who is determined to establish himself as a knockout artist. Knocked out his first 5 opponents after turning pro in 90 and 9 of his first 10. Looking for a KO here.
Right now, if Blocker doesn't get this young man's attention and get the respect by hitting him back good and hitting him back hard, he is going to get walked right through.
Maurice Blocker, the champion, in difficulty early. It is round 2.
Well, this kid has said he's going to knock him out before 5. He's not going to waste time. He just can't get... Oh, another one right on the... But another good right hand by Trinidad right on the button of Blocker. Good jab snapping back the head of Blocker now.
Blocker's trying to roll with the punches a little more now, not take them as flush. I don't know how effective that's going to be if he keeps taking so many.
And Trinidad going upstairs and downstairs. Great left hook there by Trinidad, followed by a right.
Blocker in trouble again. Blocker in big trouble now. Here comes the kid.
Trinidad looking to finish. Blocker off. Oh, what a right hand by Trinidad.
Low punches by Blocker. 3 low punches.
There's no quitting Blocker, though. He's throwing. He knows he's in trouble. He knows it's almost over, and he is trying.
Flipping left, and down goes Blocker.
And when they fall face down, they don't get up, Bobby.
You don't have to count.
You don't have to count. It is all over. Just as Trinidad said he was going to come out, he was going to knock him out early and not waste time. We got to...
Gonzalez got so much potential. He's got so much ability. You just wonder why in the world won't you just stand out there and box?
Another hard overhand right by Witherspoon. He has got that thing mercilessly on target. Left hook lands again, too. I wonder how many overhand rights Gonzalez will want to take. Witherspoon may not have the power of a Riddick Bowe, but he has this thing dialed in. A devastating 5th round TKO.
Remember, Jim, when he told us how he loved to chop work?
Well, let's watch the finishing sequence here, George, and you'll see Witherspoon landing a withering series of overhand rights and left hooks.
All the same punches over and over. This guy Gonzalez cannot get out of the way of something as redundant as the same punch.
Look at where his left hand is. Got his left hand down below his waist, even in an infighting situation where he ought to be trying to protect himself.
Even up top, if you just put your hands up, you just make him hit your punches, your gloves. Believe me, this guy Gonzalez just needs a trainer.
Well,
same punch over and over.
Probably too late to get it now, and he provided Tim Witherspoon with a relatively easy fight tonight.
Never too late. Never too late.
Witherspoon wins for the 45th time in his career.
We made the count, baby. We made the count. We made the count.
Harris comes in with his hands down. Jefferson makes him pay with a leaping left. 30 seconds left, and you wonder if Mo Betta can get out of the round.
Here he comes back.
Harris showing gumption with that left hook to the body, and he lands a left hook. And now Jefferson wobbles again.
Can Jefferson come back? Can he stay on his feet?
Oh, what a left hook shot. No count necessary.
Derek Jefferson, I love you.
Oh, my gosh. Roy, what a shot.
What a shot. Same thing, that left hook
to the face.
And he knew how to close the show, Roy. He went to the body when nothing else was open, and that left hook was just good night.
And just as I said, he timed Maurice's left hook. Watch Maurice's left hook come back, because he knew Maurice was straight up throwing the left hook, and there it was.
And he was hurt, Jefferson.
Yeah, he was hurt.
He was hurt.
Good night, Maurice. Jefferson is a power puncher. And that left hook is a weapon.
A big weapon.
Well, Harry Terrell said, I didn't come here to lay down, I came here to fight, and he is fighting, but he's also getting blocked by that Morrison left hand. But you know what, Harry Terrell has reddened the nose of Morrison. He's landing some punches, but he just is absorbing too many power shots from Morrison.
Well, those 38 years may come into play in a hurry at 227 pounds. If he gets up, I'll be the most surprised person in the Coliseum.
This fight should be over. Al Munoz should stop this fight. He is
got to his feet, but he stopped the fight. Another first-round knockout for Tommy the Duke Morrison.
And this time it came as a result of the overhand right by Morrison. And that's what we feel knocked down. Overhand right. Heads through the ropes, smashes the computer, and luckily does not get injured. From yet another angle, it will look just as bad for Harry Terrell. And you know, the thing is, that wild overhand right, and you can see down in the lower part of the corner, Logan Hobson, a punch profile, trying to help Harry Terrell.
That is the stare down or stare up for Witherspoon.
Well, today at the weigh-in, Witherspoon was running around going, come on, let's go right now, come on. He was trying to intimidate Anders Eklund. Now, right there is where Eklund wanted to intimidate Witherspoon by staring down on him, staring over him. Witherspoon comes out first, try to establish the control of this first round with that big swinging, looping right hand.
The mystery man in this fight is Witherspoon. Is he showing up in shape or not? Here's a guy who should be in the middle of the heavyweight picture, but after the first round loss to Bone Crusher Smith, a fight in which Witherspoon is still contesting through the courts with Don King in the last-minute substitution for Tony Tubbs. And since that time, Witherspoon was out for a year, and he's had only 4 fights in the last 3 years, and trying to get back into the heavyweight picture. No question, one time considered one of the fine young heavyweights, the age of 25.
And look at how he is dwarfed beside Eklund. Eklund is so big, makes Witherspoon look small. And Witherspoon as a heavyweight is not small. He's 6'3", 231 pounds.
Oh, big right. There goes Eklund. This one is over. The big right by Witherspoon gets upstairs. Sean's prophetic words, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And after the countryman of Eklund, Hawk and Brock, did just that to his opponent. And it is
was Eklund who pays the price. He gets it back from Witherspoon.
It's totally political. They know that I should be the #1 man there. Holyfield, I make him the real meal. Foreman wouldn't even fight me with a Uzi machine gun, and I'm ready for Tyson. All I got to do is just train hard. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, but what can you do now? All of these top 10 fighters, most of them signed up their long-term contracts. What can you do to force them to fight you?
Keep on knocking guys out like I knocked out tonight, and just keep on pushing. They can't hide from me. I'm a 2-time heavyweight champ. Politics have kept me in the back.
Quickness, so there's no incentive for him to learn that.
Well, maybe the incentive will grow as the opposition toughens. Another slip from Malinga. This time Elmo Adolph doesn't see fit to stop the action. I don't think a punch has landed thus far in round 6, and we're more than halfway through. Straight left hand was spectacular. 3, 4, 5. Second knockdown of Malinga's recent career. The other was by Chris Eubanks. And this is it. For the first time in 11 fights, Jelani Malinga has been knocked out. And I'll tell you, Larry, you don't like seeing him go. Woo.
Took a second and a half for his parachute to open and to fall to the canvas because it was so quick he didn't see it. And those are the punches that do the most damage.
James Toney is the former IBF middleweight champion who has now moved up.
That's exactly what Oleg Moskov wants, and Rockman's legs are still wobbling.
Well, half the round still to go.
Stop punching. Come on. Let's go. Professional move by Rockman there, but he still doesn't have his legs.
Come on, get out. Come on, get out. Come on, let's go. One of the questions in some fights about Rockman has been his stamina.
Right hand puts Rockman on the floor right next to me. Right next to me. Right next to me.
To knock him out, which is what I was saying about the Holyfield-Lewis fight. If Lewis can outbox Holyfield and still win, although we want to see fireworks, we'd rather see him fight the smart fight and be a winner.
The professional thing is to win the fight.
The smartest.
Prince Williams has got nothing to be ashamed of. This guy is a smart fighter.
Oh, what a right hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're watching a great fighter, guys. I mean, this guy took the other guy's best, his strength, his experience, a bigger man. He stuck in there with him.
Let's take another look at the knockout, George, and how James was able to set up and land this right hand.
The main thing he has Williams following him around. A guy follow you around, he's open for a right hand. You never follow a puncher.
It was a tremendous shot. Prince Charles Williams appeared eager to get up toward the end of that count. Referee Joe Cortez appeared quite satisfied to count him out.
Rule, I really do, and you know, it only seems to be that if the butt causes a cut, if they would have just banged heads and he would have swelled his eyes shut, nobody would say a word.
Yeah, but those are the WBC rules that he said, regardless of whose fault it was. I mean, it was Gerald's fault. There was a cut, there was a butt, and but you know, that neutralized the round because McClellan had taken that round, so you take a point away from him, and you got an even round. I mean, this is a very even fight.
Wild miss by Joe McClellan, and a left hand, a short crisp left by Julian Jackson that connected.
Again, you'll see him take that right hand to the body, and McClellan comes back with a left hook of his own.
Jackson being frustrated by 25-year-old Gerald McClellan. Little wink of the eye by McClellan as he eluded a punch. Right now, very difficult to catch is Gerald McClellan. Quite elusive.
Low blow by Julian Jackson. Low.
That was a big, heavy shot down south.
Another one. And McClellan needs a breather. Bill Swain says, as much time as you want.
I felt that.
Yeah, and it was 2 in a row. It wasn't just one. And so now, all of a sudden, no matter how much time they give him.
The second time. Next time, going to cost you a point, okay?
Mills Lane says that's the second time. One more, and we take a point. So a point did not come off, but boy, the effect of two good hard body shots, Bobby. You can't come back so soon from that.
You know, many people talk about the cup and the protector, which is what it's actually called, an athletic protector, but the power and the force that you can hit down low there, very sensitive area.
And he, you know, he needs all the strength he can get and all the fluidity and reflex, and that takes your legs out from under you. Ooh, nice shot by Julian.
As he goes upstairs, no chance of south of there.
Julian got a winner right here.
Down goes Jackson. A left hook by Joe McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
He is in serious trouble. His legs are not there. This fight could very well be over right this minute.
And there's a minute left to go.
Can McClellan finish him off? He's down again.
He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this. Julian Jackson doesn't. It's over. It's over.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight. And Joe McClellan could be to get this fight past the 4th or 5th round. Both McClellan and Jackson average under 4 rounds. Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the WBC Middleweight Championship. Gerald McClellan with a 5th round knockout over Julian Jackson in the first encounter.
McClellan's come out with a real good jab. Oh, a big right hand.
Right off the bat, Jackson's in dire trouble. McClellan looking to finish him up seconds into the fight. Pummeling Jackson.
I'll tell you what, they're going to stop this if he doesn't offer up a punch. This fight's going to be over.
He should go down and take an 8 count.
I'll tell you, it gets better than getting hit like that.
Relentless attack by McClellan, and finally Jackson going down. Sort of.
4, 5, 6, 7.
The over-under 6 rounds. This might not go a minute. Back comes McClellan.
I'll tell you what McClellan doesn't want to do is get a little overconfident sloppy, because Jackson can punch.
And down goes Jackson for the second time.
And this time he looks like he's crumpled for good.
He hit him on top of the head on the way down, and I'm telling you, he is totally disoriented.
He looks like he's not going to get up.
He's through. Joe Cortez says it's over. And in the first round, Gerald McClellan has retained his title.
And that's the first one where revenge did not take place. It stayed, the result stayed.
Nuevamente por parte de Graham. Otra vez la izquierda. ¡Qué derecha le puso Jackson y lo mandó a la lona! ¡Ay! Cuidado esa mano, lo estaba esperando. ¡Qué gancho! Puede ser todo, ¿eh? No creo que se recupere. ¡Qué mano le pone en gancho ahí Julian Jackson! Y eso es todo para él. Fíjese, la izquierda llega, ahí viene la derecha. ¡Wow! Tremendo gancho. Y a dormir. A otra cosa mariposa. Y gana Julian Jackson. Vamos a hacer una pausa. Enseguida volvemos con más boxeo en Peleas Inolvidables. Regresamos.
Told us yesterday was relaxation and concentration. He looks totally relaxed and totally focused right now, Dan.
Another good right to the body that time by Julian Jackson. Overhead chopping right, and again the incredible knockout ratio of Jackson.
Whoa!
And then right in that, Terry Norris is gone.
He lost his concentration for one critical moment and caught a right hand from the champion.
Terry Norris struggles to get up.
He beat the count, but he said he's all right, but Joe Cortez doesn't believe him.
That's it. Joe Cortez stopped. A good look at it
Watch
here, Alex.
Norris left. Carrying a little bit, he just drops it there a little bit and just gave enough. Another right in combination, and Terry Norris was gone.
But Alex, it's the first one, and I think it even grazes the glove on its way over. Just nicking the glove, and I'm afraid the second punches are after the fact. It was the initial right.
Cut man in Galata's corner is the outstanding Joe Souza. He's going to have some work to do between rounds 1 and 2.
And that's what you want when you've got a good left jab, is to make the guy follow you around.
Hard right hand by Galata. Deposits Grant right on the seat of his pants. And a sheepish little grin on Grant's face as if to say, where did that come from?
And Grant must be dazed and hurt.
because he got up too quickly
and ran close to Galata.
Galata got to make sure he finished it correctly.
Galata to the body as Grant holds on upstairs.
Galata was looking to shoot a right hand over the jab and beat him to the punch.
He's landing his right hand leads.
So we have blood and a knockdown already in the first round.
And it wasn't just a knockdown. Grant's legs were buckled, one on top of the other.
Well, we know Galata has power, and now Grant knows it too. Second knockdown of the round.
I said earlier about Galata being successful going forward throwing shots. Very few guys can do that.
Yep.
It's of Michael Nunn and the height will bother Colin Bay a while. But you also have to watch how Colin Bay still punches. I mean, he moves extremely well. Good upper body movement.
Nunn stepped forward for a moment for the uppercut, but didn't really land it. It's been a jabbing contest so far with the early edge to Nunn. And down goes Sumbu Kalambay after a major league left inside by Nunn.
It looks as though Kalambay isn't going to make it.
And Michael Nunn answers a lot of doubters about his punching power. One solid.
Here is when Michael Nunn's taking his time, throwing his jab out, and what's the counter left hand of Michael Nunn? It caught Colin Bay flush on the chin.
He had been very relaxed throughout the first round, not looking as though he was pressing the action or looking to do any serious damage. And then this.
And you know what people are going to talk about, because it was a one-punch